Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in this video I'd like to discuss how President Musk and his team of oligarchs are aiming to enrich themselves via the disruptive activities of the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Little clue, it will make things way less efficient, but at least Trump's bandits will all become way richer. But first, for daily political commentary, please hit the subscribe button to stay notified. So Elon Musk's DOGE is currently disrupting the work of the federal government on multiple levels, stealing personal financial information, firing officials, right old mess. But how exactly does this make Musk and others appreciably richer? Waving your hand vaguely around while muttering something about disaster capitalism doesn't quite join the dots. But then you see something like this. Secretary of State for Transport, Sean Duffy, says that he has been tasked by President Trump with delivering a world-class air traffic control system. World-class? Where have we heard that before? Oh yeah, Boris Johnson used to say it every time he served the UK up with a plate of dog shit. World-class bodies piling high is all he actually delivered. But anyway, Duffy goes on to say that he'd invited Elon Musk's SpaceX to visit air traffic control to see what they can do. So let's see what's happened here. So Elon Musk, in his capacity as sort of head of DOGE, even though officially we don't know what's going on there, but it's not even an official government department, so who knows, sacks air traffic controllers. Then Elon Musk, in his capacity as executive in control of SpaceX and someone in personal possession of about like 42% of its shares, is invited in to replace the federal air traffic control team, which he sacked, with a privatized version run by him. Nothing dodgy to see here, folks. But this looks like the model they're planning to use. Replace state assets with privatized versions run by a company owned by one of Trump's circle of oligarchs, with Elon Musk obviously getting first dibs in the initial projects. There's a lot of talk about how Trump and Putin are carving up Europe in grim parody of the 19th century cartoon of William Pitt and Napoleon Bonaparte carving up the world. But Trump is also carving up America for his mates as well. It's like Thatcher's privatization frenzy, but without even the ideology behind it. It's just naked greed. It's a grab for riches. Like any form of privatization, it will end up more expensive for the American public because of two layers of waste. The first is the profit, which any private company wants to make, which a state-owned organisation does not. The second is in the form of the monopoly you get when the government appoints a private company to run it rather than allowing actual market competition. This means the fees charged do not have to be competitive because you're not competing with anyone. But of course, they won't want public expenditure to go sky high, no pun intended, to pay for this bloated privatised model. So they will cut the costs of running the service to maintain those profits. They will call this efficiency, but it will actually result in planes crashing into each other. No doubt Musk will think the air traffic controllers can be replaced by AI. Open up the runway for landing, please, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
And this will be just the start. They'll be sat around the table divvying up different government departments amongst themselves. Elon's companies can take over this, this and this. Steve can have this and this. Vivek can have those things over there. No congressional oversight because DOGE is not a real government department and none of these oligarchs have a formal role in the federal government. Congress, of course, could bring them to heel and say, hang on a minute, what's going on here then? But they're not doing. This is again a similar tactic to that employed by Boris Johnson when he was doing all of this on a much smaller scale. To avoid too much scrutiny of, in his case, post-Brexit trade deals, he simply got MPs to vote themselves out of the picture. He told his MPs, tell you what, you don't want to get your hands dirty here. Why don't you vote to not scrutinise us? And they went, oh, right, we'll do that then. And they happily did it. Because if they'd retained their role, then their scrutiny would have been made public and the spotlight would have been shone on those terrible trade deals much sooner. Republican-controlled Congress doing the same now. They should be demanding that the executive stick to its own jurisdiction and that they have scrutiny over theirs. It's not doing. It's effectively telling Trump to do what he likes as long as he doesn't get their hands dirty. So government agency after government agency will be disbanded to be replaced by a private organisation controlled by one of Trump's inner circle. All very Project 2025, by the way. This is not new. This way, not only do those oligarchs make way more money, but if elections still take place properly in 2020, I think there will be elections, but if they take place properly, and it's sort of free and fair elections as far as America is capable of them, and a Democrat wins the White House, it'll be very difficult to do much about it, won't it? Trump is seemingly able to disband government agencies and replace them with private companies. Doing the reverse will not be so easy because they'll be taken to court by the richest people in the world over their contracts. There are some things a government can do which can be reversed by the next government. It can often take longer to reverse an objectively bad policy because in politics, just like in life, it's quicker to wreck something than it is to rebuild it. But there are also some things a government can do which are so deeply embedded that the next government can't really do anything at all. The aim here, and it is the overriding objective of Project 2025, is to do that, to embed changes so deeply that even if the Democrats occupy the White House in the future, MAGA will still control federal America. I still keep seeing people commenting on how surprised they are at all the things Trump is doing. And sure, some of the things weren't inevitable to this degree. But Trump hasn't actually done anything that he wasn't promising or threatening to do before his inauguration. Like, even now blaming Ukraine for Russia invading it, the stop punching yourself statement, is shocking, but not surprising. It is reasonable to have supposed that maybe he could have been persuaded to adopt a different line on some things. But I don't see how anyone paying attention can be genuinely surprised at anything he's done. Disappointed, yes. Surprised? No. Elon Musk didn't buy Twitter for £42 billion, which, by the way, required getting some very difficult to service loans, even for the world's richest man, just to be a bit disruptive. He did it to become the world's first trillionaire. He already has more wealth than most countries. He now wants to have enough wealth to compete with all but the top 10 richest nations. They want to own America. And this is how they do it. And once it's done, how do you go back? It would take a generation or more of stable government with a careful plan to unpick it all. Is America even capable of having that? But there we are. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button and subscribe for further content. If you'd like to support the channel further, you can click the join button for memberships. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later.